What's going on, guys? I hope you are well and warm, kicking it fly today, baby, because we've got more to the story. If you guys recall, earlier this week, posted a video to my response to the LA Times article released on June 14th in regards to LA's dirty secret when it comes to Cali's legal weed. I didn't phrase that right, but you get my point. I encourage you to go check out that video. Took me less than 20 minutes, kind of broke down the happenings, who the main actors were, and what the problem was. Well, today, actually yesterday, things have changed. And it turns out we got ourselves some fake news. We're going to jump into it. But before I do, I want to give a huge shout out to Seedsman. If you're looking for some quality genetics, look no more. Head over to Seedsman, use promo code PIGEONS420 and save a few dollars off at checkout. Get yourself some quality genetics. Earlier this week, we released a video that went over the LA Times article that we had a dirty little secret with Cali's legal weed. Well, after doing that story, there was an individual, the CEO of Catalyst Dispensary, said, you know what? No, I'm not going to leave the answers in the hands of some news publication. I'm going to get to the bottom of it myself. Decided he would then take the top name brands of everyone named in that article and would have those independently tested for pesticides on his own dollar. Check this out.
Catalyst is going to start testing our own shelf randomly. Yes, we are going to spend the money to make sure that everything that we're carrying is clean and test free of pesticides and other contaminants, and we are going to give it to trusted labs to make sure that is the case. And if you pop dirty, you're banned. That's it. I don't give a fuck who you are, right? And at the end of the day, look, this is hopefully a teachable moment for everybody, but we can't be selling fucking dirty product. Now, to be clear, we've never had anything test dirty on our shelf, never had a recall batch that was on our shelf. We have no knowledge of anything that ever tested dirty on our shelf. That's it. We need to make sure, if we're all about the customer and we're trying to do the right thing, that what we carry is safe. So look, this is a message to every single brand out there. I don't give a fuck what new SOP you need to do to make sure that you hit our shelf clean, but at the end of the day, we're going to do our own testing because we know the DCC, despite the $135 million in licensing fees, is trash and is not going to clean this up. And I can only speak for Catalyst, but our motherfucking shelf is going to be clean and we're going to enforce ourselves. And although we're short on resources, we're going to use resources to make sure that everything we carry is clean. I hope the rest of the industry follows suit. Again, only the private sector ever solved the problem in this industry. That aside, it's super important to me when we put the fucking Catalyst name on it that the consumers can come in and know that it's safe and clean product, and the brands better fucking get it together. Again, the past is the past. I'm not going to guess the chain of custody and relitigate all that. Everybody gets one fucking mulligan. But here forward, we will be fucking testing. And if you pop dirty, we're going to fucking ban you. And if you pop super dirty, you're fucking banned for life, and we're going to fucking blast you. That's it, man. We're all about the customer. We're here to protect them. That's our fucking duty. Our fucking name's on it. That's the SOP going forward. All brands, you're all put on notice. We ain't trying to fucking over police the industry, but come on, bro. Bring your product in clean. It's not really random. It's all our best sellers and anybody that was in that article. We will let the test speak for itself. But you got my word. As the CEO of this company, anything that has a Catalyst name on it, it'll be clean, motherfuckers for the people.
So Elliot Lewis, CEO of Catalyst, took all the best brands named in the LA article and decided that he was going to get them tested. Makes up a very good point in regards to why he's doing the testing, but his reasoning, it makes perfect sense. Weed for the people, by the people. If the government won't do these regulatory tests, he will. And I respect that. Surprisingly enough, as someone who comes from Canada, I actually couldn't believe at how fast the testing took place. And now we have the results. And might not be what you think.
I'm very happy. Everybody, tested clean and they passed. I'm fucking relieved, to be honest with you. We didn't want to find anybody dirty out there, but patients always come first. I want to thank Nate for moving so quick on it and for chiming in on this live. And look, we'll continue down this road. I'm getting educated.
They all tested clean. This brings a lot of questions into the LA Times article and where they got their material for testing. Through their own words, they took material from legal dispensaries, had it sent off to their own testing labs, and then found that each and just about every cart product had contaminants of pesticides. Well, one dispensary owner takes all of these same named carts, gets them tested, and finds no abundance of contamination, or none for that matter. So then I pose the question, who is lying? And if nobody's lying, where did these test results come from that suggest there's a contamination of pesticides in legal product? I mentioned this on Wednesday when I did the live show, that to me, there are a number of people that benefit from an article that states that you can't rely or have faith in the legal system. People were thinking, wow, the LA Times is a bunch of leftist folks that would have no need to push this kind of narrative. Well, who's paying the LA Times? Who's paying for these kind of articles? Who's paying for a hit piece to be done on the legal cannabis sector so that they could benefit? Well, I can name a few. You've got pharma, you've got tobacco, you've got alcohol, you've got anti-cannabis law advocates. All of these people and entities would benefit from an article made like this to hit the legal industry. California is spending millions of dollars on a campaign trying to convince you that legal weed is safe weed. Well, this article goes 100% against that. And in fact, I don't have to go very far to determine who might benefit from a hit piece like this. As a matter of fact, looking at the LA Times and who owns the LA Times, well, as a matter of fact, currently, as of February 7th, 2018, Tribune Publishing, formerly Tronc Inc., agreed to sell the LA Times and its two other Southern California newspapers, the San Diego Union Tribune and the HOY, Ahoy, to billionaire biotech investor Patrick Soon-Shiong. Who is Patrick Soon-Shiong? Let's just take a quick look, shall we? Patrick Soon-Shiong is a South African American business investor, medical researcher, philanthropist, and transplant surgeon. He is the inventor of the drug Ambraxin. Pharmaceuticals. Imagine that. So I don't have to go very far to see who benefits from defaming a plant that heals people rather than contributing to a pharmacare system that enriches very few. Now, because I don't want to end up like the Boeing boys, I'm going to digress slightly. One thing that I think is very important to ask is, where is the outrage from the possibility of an article being written that defames our plant? Where's the outrage? Why aren't people upset? I'm scouring the same reference points that I was using to determine whether this article was real or not, and I don't see any outrage in regards to this kind of action by anyone. Was it malice? I'm not saying it was, but why aren't we asking questions? Why aren't we asking, why would they do an article like this? Where's the outrage? Why aren't we screaming, hey, look at this blatant discrimination on our plant using no proof and a wad of lies? I just don't see it. I don't see it. And, you know, I don't know Elliot from a hole in the wall, but his response to having the product come back negative for pesticides is underwhelming. Just a live stream I found with him making an off comment. Where's the passion in the videos about why they're doing an article like this defaming our products? I don't see it. And it kind of leads question. Did somebody pay him overnight? Did he get a visit from the men in black that came in and said, hey, these tests, you're asking too many questions. You need to change it up. Did someone, Liam Neeson him? I don't know. He's quote unquote being educated.
I'm getting educated.
But I have more questions now than I did before. So where is the safe weed? Well, I got an answer for you, and it's in your house. Because you're home growing, you're taking care of your own supply. You are not reliant on other people. Now, of course, there are people that do rely on others to get a good, clean, quality supply. That's why I think people like Elliot do us a service by having this onus of responsibility put on themselves. It's weed for the people. The dispensary, the shelf has the power. They can say no to any product. They can say no to whatever they like. And as long as the product is turning out to be clean, it's in their best interests to keep pushing clean product to the people. Again, I'm not sure who's right. I'm not sure who's wrong. The LA Times drops this article earlier this week that blows up. People are talking about it. People are talking about the pesticides. People are talking about how they got the product. People are talking about the brands named. Is it a coincidence that the largest names are mentioned in this article? I don't know. But something leads me to believe that the largest names are in their position because they've taken quality control seriously. But I pass the question off to you. Maybe this is just the wool over our eyes. Do you agree with the independent tests? Do you agree with the LA Times and Weed Week's article in regards to their tests? I want to hear from you. But nonetheless, I want you to think that there is more to this story than what meets the eye. Who benefits from a story like this? Who benefits from having the people have reluctance towards the legal system? Because there are people that benefit. And I think those are the ones that we should be watching. Those are the facts. That's my opinion. I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out. I'll see you tonight on Twitch. Peace.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Yes. I'm getting educated.